Hi, for today's teardown we have these things, but first I want to apologize for the lack of videos recently. Actually I have been busy, lazy, exhausted, and I lost a number of interesting bids on eBay. So, what do we have here? We have East German made transceivers of the UFT 721 model. So, they are devices you can find at very random prices on eBay. I wanted to have some of them for a long time, and finally I got a few for a very good price. Actually I got 5 of them, but one was a scrap one, and I did actually scrap it. You will see why later in the video. So they are little portable radio devices like this. On this one we have a sticker from the Web Fallberg list in Magdeburg. So it is actually the main chemical company of Eastern Germany. You will find on Wikipedia extensive information about the company. And these radios are made by Web Funkwerk Köpenick. So Web stands for the words to say company owned by the people. And also on Wikipedia we'll find extensive information about the Funkwerk Köpenick, a company which was the main one after RFT. So about the serial numbers on these devices, they are from 77. So look at this one, we have 501, we have 504, and we have here 505. So these two radios were made together, were shipped together from the factory, were used together in the Web Fallberg list Magdeburg, were put in surplus together and were sold together on eBay. So it is quite amazing to think the history of these things. They are stored together since 1977. Quite insane. Okay, now we will try to power them on. So they come with this handset of actually two different models. They are similar, but there are a difference in them, and they are all missing at the bottom here a box for the nickel cadmium battery. Actually it is a plastic box with a thumb screw, and they are pretty rare because the leaking nickel cadmium batteries did destroy most of the existing ones, and I did not find most of the radios you will find on eBay do not have the battery box. So the handset have this Soviet style of aircraft or even space grade connector that will fit in here like so. I am missing the antennas, obviously. We have function switches. About the frequencies, they are always written at the back. Around 152 megahertz. So I will try to power one on for you. We will not have a lot of result, but still interesting to try. So how does it work? It's supposed to work like this. The power supply is on. I have nothing out of this one. I will try another one. Sorry. Let's try this one. So they were sold as faulty anyways. So maybe the little lamps here are not working. So let's try this one and see what happens. No, no luck. Quite weird because actually they were working previously. I did try them and let me do another one. When it does not want to work, it does not want to work, really. On this one I am missing the buttons. Okay, so anyway it was only noise coming out from the radio, nothing to listen at. So we will have a look at the schematics of this thing because they are actually available online quite easily. So we have here block construction of a thing with test points with voltages apparently. Written in Russian here, while they are made in Germany. Interesting. More of it. You can see filters and on the schematics I try to find the parts on the radio according to the schematic, and you can see we have a number of modules apparently containing transistors, resistors and capacitors. Some layout here of the components. More of it. One IC here apparently an operational amplifier. Or some kind of amplifier. Layout here of the parts and still more of it. So you can, I will put the link in the video description for this schematics if you are interested in it. And we have here the schematics for the own PCs. Apparently there are two different models. So we will start with them. So both of them have some kind of modular things, switches and only one loudspeaker that acts at the same time like a microphone. So about these things you can see we have three buttons, not really obvious what they are for. This one must be for transmit, but the other one I am not sure. We have one loudspeaker at the top with plastic with Verproof protection and the cable. On this one you can notice this button is depressed permanently and actually there is some damage here around from someone trying to pull out the button, but as you will see there is nothing to pull out because in this version at least of the remote control this button is not used. So I am not sure why they did design this like so, quite weird. So what do we have here? This is it even in focus? Okay, you can see the Verproof module here with the loudspeaker. A wall side of the board not populated here on the missing button. And actually quite a lot of parts. So it is weird because it does not match the schematic. or maybe it is just this half here, probably. We have here one interesting potted module in a white potting, some kind of hybrid module. Interesting stack of mylar capacitors here. The resistors seem quite regular, and all the other parts are typically East German. This thing here must be tantalum capacitor. You can see a lip here all around, and there is a seal in the cover. So about the other model of remote, you will open it the same way. Here I still have a belt hanging plastic thing, probably very brittle and made for easy replacement, but a metal one would have been a lot better. So here you can see it is still half populated, but we have all the buttons populated. We have a different kind of hybrid module with a metal case and very serious clamping of wire here. In this there is nothing to see, just a loudspeaker. Actually on this one the loudspeaker is completely dead, the coil is even missing, so this one is 4 parts, but this one should be in good condition. Okay, I will put this back together and we will open one of the radios. So opening the radio is very straightforward. There are just 2 screws at the back. Regular little M3 slotted screws of 4 or 5 millimeters long, something like this. And they will just allow to remove this aluminum cover and reveal the contents. So as you can see, we have, yes, a number of modules. 2 boards interconnected with a piece of flex PCB here, some quartz or crystal filters here, back piece with the battery contacts and quality stamp, and on the front just potentiometers, the connector. So actually these modules are matching all the parts here on the schematic, but it is annoying because most of the electronics, interesting electronics, should be inside these modules, and they are pretty well soldered to the board and sealed. If only I had a scrap radio to check out these modules. Yes, I had one and I was able to open them. So we will check them just after. So I was able to salvage most of the interesting parts from the scrap radio. About what we have a few typical East German ICs here, all the modules, crystals, crystal filter or oscillators here, we will check them. And these things are, yes, tantalum capacitors, but very poor East German quality. Some of them are cracked, and actually they did melt pretty bad when I did hot solder the modules. The plastic is a very low temperature plastic, and they will immediately melt. Quite interesting. Some white deposit here, probably oxidation or tin whiskers. Other side we have the rotary contacts for the frequency selector, probably this on the schematic. We have a bunch of other modules, and we have this little cover here, which I will unscrew immediately. And we will find out what we have in here. Shielded module. So this construction is quite nice because you see most of the electronics except for the modules here. So if I remove this, we have, okay, apparently the main transmitting power transistor, golden thing. Actually it is here, from the parts I didn't solder from the scrap radio. So the transistors are half East German and half Tesla brand and half Soviet models. So 3 halves of transistors. So this one is this thing, KT610A, with a nice golden screw. Okay, and we have here interesting relay, as you can see, with gold and nickel contacts. So probably some gold value in here, in this wall radio actually, because all the transistors have gold legs. This one has a lot of gold and the contacts here. So probably some Russian scrappers would love to get these radios and retrieve the gold content. About the relay, I have a similar one here opened. It was quite easy with a little blowtorch. 2 coils and the contacts are located here at the bottom. It is super tiny, but yes, I see a little golden contact piece here. I will try to do a USB microscope photo of it. Okay, apart from this, you see the overall construction, very nice and modular. So about the other little modules, I was able to unsolder them. These are the undamaged one from unsoldering, and all the other ones are here. First I need to show you the 2 shielded modules here. We have here some mechanical filter assembly, 2 capacitors and a coil on a rod. Not much to see actually, because it is all contained in this brass piece, but I see a rod and 2 coils at each side. And the other one is a crystal filter with 3 crystals and 2 capacitors inside. So all these things I was able to open them quite easily with a kitchen blowtorch. The solder did melt easily and I was surprised of the result. So about the modules, you have here the ICs I did retrieve, and about these modules, once they are opened, they look like this. So either glass or ceramic substrate with surface mount parts. The cover of the module is actually copper. Okay, here are some USB microscope photos of them for you. Okay, so actually it is really the main area of interest in these radios. These little modules, how they are made. probably silver tracks, I guess. And as you did notice on the USB microscope, the resistors are carbon printed on the substrate. It seems very fine tracks you can almost not see, or probably laser trimmed, giving weird patterns. So really interesting piece of exotic technology. Okay, now I guess at least, in fact it is all for these things. Sadly I was not able to power them on for some reason. Not sure why. But at least a nice addition to my collection. I did notice, yes, this PCB here is hinged. You can open them to access the solder side, but there is nothing to see on the solder side except tracks. And a very nice modular construction. It is not always the case with so nice quality here, nice PCB. I have other East German radio of lower quality level. You will see them in a next video. So for now, I guess it is all. I will put this back together. Probably I do not need to have 4 similar radios, so I might sell at least one on eBay. Not sure, as you did notice, I am missing buttons on 2 of them, and they are not regular kind of buttons, or not easy to find, so I will see what I do. So thanks for watching, bye bye.